How exciting. New player, new team, new... Oh, it's Fade.
Oh, Sadak on the Sentinel. Okay, so it looks like we've had a role switch where Sadak going to be trying Sentinel this for the rest of the stage, potentially.
Yeah, he's...
Pyro's now the recon player.
Yeah, it's looking like FNS out there if we talk about Senti here, role swapping back onto that. But of course, Sadak, ton of experience on Cypher. He should be able to do this in his sleep.
Yeah, and I think as well, like something that was a key takeaway from the interview with Eng was that there are the leadership people on this KC team that will do what they need to do, whatever is best for the team. So it's really nice to see him move on to that Cypher. And Pyro on the Fade, I mean, I said it before, he has been kind of dipping his toes into playing more recon initiators recently. So it's good to see him coming out and playing something that is, you know, comfortable for him.
Yeah, I wonder how the synergy will be, right, with Aves and Martin into the mix as well.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that the Sentinel IGL is not like it's a big debate. I actually quite like it, but in this team, Sadak is by far the most experienced. So it's going to be interesting to see how those mid-rounds happen when he's not with that pack.
How do you think it will?
I think it will actually be fine.
Yeah?
I think it's overrated that you need to be part of the pack to the IGL.
I mean, yeah, we've seen it with some of the other great IGLs. John QT, for example, also.
Are you going to name a bunch of this FNS?
Yeah, no, there's only one FNS, let's be honest. And there's only one pair of casters that I want to hear hee-hee-ha-haing their way through this. It's Pansy and Hypop.
We'll do our best. The bar's set now that we have to hee-hee-ha-ha the whole way through.
For a change.
Yeah, very serious normally. But there's a lot to be said about this, and I think it's a learning as we go process. But what do you make of it? I want your overall thoughts here. I mean, coming in on the Fade, it looks like, hitting the ground, maybe running in that regard, but how are you seeing this? How do you see him slotting into that roster?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any issues at all. Obviously, majority of his playtime, well, dipping his toes, I think is the term that Billy had used, primarily towards the Sova, but I think the more interesting change here is obviously the role change for Sadak. I don't think it's going to really affect the in-gaming at all, but certainly not a comfort role for him.
Yeah.
I think bigger picture-wise, obviously, for a player to come into KC, they need to be flexible. That's the blanket statement to kind of apply to that. I guess it's really just a test of time. Whether we're going to see it today within this veto or not, another question altogether.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Do we even get to see it proven through? How long have they had working on this? I mean, they said that they trialed with him in the past as well, so it's not a brand new player to their eyes, but we were complimenting other teams for going for roster changes kind of in these, I don't want to say dead games, but games without high stakes attached. So I do like the way that they're trying to improve on this and kind of pull in a player now. Whether or not it fixes their bigger woes, hell, I mean, we find out as we go. So KC will be starting on the attacking side. Obviously, defending side then will be Liquid, and already Martin with a good start. That's removed in the C site, open and available.
Plenty of time to set up here. There's one challenge potentially coming through from Camo, but just holding for a push now. His teammates to get a little closer here. Smoke going to occlude for the time being. Fair amount of util available. Missing the paranoia though, but force Trex and Kiko to maybe get something done here.
So the pain shell could be the go signal. Nice timing on the Haunt there actually. Camo's position going to be very well noted in the timing on the playback through. Tease up Arvez. Nice from Pyro there, lovely. So far, so good. Tick in the box. That's 4 alive, and KC off to a good start. And again, something I think the desk was right to highlight is also how well he synergizes with Arvez in this. How well does that work together, maybe even with Martin to an extent. Playing that Fade, you have to see how well he can slot into the system.
Yeah, I think the question around that obviously is just some of the set plays that they maybe have, but I think in terms of the double duelist composition, really eyes towards Martin and Arvez there.
Let's go.
Maybe on the defensive side again in terms of the A side control, but initially here, like you said as well, not necessarily high stakes, but certainly in terms of getting reps on the stage versus a team like Liquid is certainly something that KC are going to be taking very seriously to integrate him into the roster. It's on the hunt here, going to test Sadak the flank control early on.
Well, like this ratty little setup though, and we're not checking our corners again, are we? Oh dear. Saw a lot of that in just yesterday's game, and throwing into the mix, you had another pick coming in at the same time, so a 3v2 is viable. Got a bit messy on that. Little tunnel visioned, but mostly handled by Sugetsu, so just Nats now in a 1v3.
Cage actually lasting long enough to blocked the vision here, a chance to find a consolation, but Sadak shut it down. Retaining both rifles. Good response here from Pyro, actually. Like you said, a little lazy on the way in. Patitek goes completely unchecked. But kept track of, I believe, with a flash in between as he slips into the smoke. Actually, yeah, the Prowler completely diverting. Allows Patitek to remain in this position. Yeah, no harm, no foul here.
Yep. If you are playing along at home and get nervous when you see this, don't worry, just a player changing out the inners. So shouldn't take too long and we'll be back underway. Want to get everything right. And we can kind of, I've got to say, that interview actually with Eng was quite, actually in depth. I was quite surprised how much he was willing to share in that. And the fact he was saying things like he was willing to step away if that's what it took for them. You know, it's quite a selfless thing to say to an extent. Now, how do you feel about the whole idea of the honeymoon period? Do you buy into it? Because there's obviously like an element of truth to it, but when does it stop? Is this the time? Where
it certainly doesn't start when you flick from week 4 to week 5. For me, it's maybe an off season or in between. You know, miss a global, come back for the second stage of a season. But again, you've got to question the time they've actually had to put this into place in between. Well, whatever week this decision was made, there's one thing that obviously Eng didn't really touch on is, oh yeah, he's been screaming with us for a few weeks now, and this has been something we've been actively working on. Just to come back to the previous point, I think Eng's kind of no BS coach, right? He's, again, with a team like this on paper, you even think back to the announcement, really, this was pitted as, you know, we're going for the top.
Yep. High,
so,
you know,
it's no surprise that Eng's kind of almost articulating that frustration you must have for... Don't want to be too harsh, but an underperformance from, I guess, the on-paper capability of KC this year.
Yeah, I think, again, we've all looked at those individual parts and saw the potential, right? It's getting it all on the same page, under that same ethos. And if now Pyro will actually fill into that well. Theoretically, you can see the vision that they have. However, into this, it's actually a pretty well-rounded bonus for KC. 3 of those Vandals remaining. SMG with Pyro and just that Sheriff with Martine. So on the other side, you've got to see them keep this clean. How many light shields? Just 2. And Camo in that off angle. And a missed shot. I thought he was on for a sitter there, but Sadak quick to react.
So, yeah, big gap in the rotation here. I think KC probably a little apprehensive. That's will at least reveal his position. Martine completely sweeps him off Evan. Sadak to find Kiko as well.
You're going to have Sadak on a bit of a heater here today, maybe. But they've got the sight. I don't want to say under control, but Sadak securing this, surely. 3 in the round. And Patitek could be that final victim. In a rather vintage role for himself. And a fantastic round for Sadak. Revitalized here, converting the bonus.
Very comfortable bonus as well. It's a Camo. It's uncharacteristic to see him miss a freebie like this, almost lining up a second as well, but the crouch on the replay there showing what makes it awkward for him. Sadak looking very, very sharp.
Es la policía, guys. Es la policía. Artur! I'm sorry. Artur!
Ever the Joker.
Such a great personality. Lucky to get him in the EMEA, it feels like. But, yeah, I mean, for Liquid, we've got to talk about this. Again, yeah, stakes-wise, they're sitting top of the group. They're sitting pretty. They've had a fabulous run this stage, right? They're fine in this group. But you don't want to be having these sort of jitters. You don't want to get, you know, all of those going into the bigger games. Now, though, KC going through the motions here. Don't want to fall foul. I want to see those protocols in list. I want to see them keeping clear-minded about how they want to approach this round. See how well they handle the anti-ecos themselves.
Could not actually on the hunt here. So it's Nat's actually going to flash himself out. Find one, but Arviz with the equalizer. That's still hanging around, still curious to say the least. Shut down now. Martine going to find a follow-up. Firm control of the C site here, pending Kiko, but he's shut down as well.
Spike drop.
Things out here, maybe give more across to Pyro. The back of the plant.
Spike planted.
Plenty of money to go hunting here as well. Again, not much Patstech to save, but certainly an extra orb here would be fantastic for Pyro.
See how he gets on with this. Well, Martin not leaving much to chance there. So, finds it, 4-0, clean stuff. I feel like we've barely seen Liquid fight back yet. This has been pretty concise.
The only real chance they had was on the back of Camo, and it's Sadak to bulldoze his way onto A behind that in the bonus.
Nice bit on.
Camo picked
Nice
up
bit
an
on.
operator here.
They seem more vocal than ever as well. You know, I feel like we're hearing more from them. And maybe something they're just trying to do, trying to keep the spirits really high, keep that confidence building. But AC really trying to turn up the entire approach. Now, big purchase here for Liquid though. We've got Camo on the operator. We've got Kiko with that ult. Casey approach this.
To at least create a little bit of pressure here outside B. Patstech actually commits through the door here. Again, forced into a rough position. Kiko going to try and find a response.
This is slippery stuff, KC. I don't think there's any escaping from Martin. No, but Kiko, this guy's been clean as well. Picks up his second in that one. Even just Sadak and Pyro alive. I quite like that start, though. Almost forcing Patstech into a, I don't want to say unwinnable position, but a very hard position to play from, opting to try and back through the door, which ultimately was the death of him. However, since that point, Liquid fighting to get that space back. And now sitting super deep, very disciplined.
Spike is over towards the A side of the map, though. So if Sadak can find Nats here, the kill would have been fantastic, but shows his hand. Actually calling for Pyro to commit towards B here.
30 seconds left.
Rex should hear a lot of this as well. Yeah, and he can pressure from behind. That's tough. It's where do you want to focus towards then if you're KC? You've got to kind of pick one of these approaches. That was a tough choice. Camo holding the angle there. Takes away Sadak, leaving just Pyro alive in a 1v4. Not going to happen. Team Liquid first for themselves.
Trial by fire here for Pyro on his first map. But a 1v4 clutch, unfortunately. Honest go of things here.
Satchel out.
And yeah, it's, I mean, even just a smoke or something to block off sightlines for Patstech to commit. Again, it's awkwardly forced out from Mound, and I guess there's kind of like a 50-50 call with some interest shown by Liquid towards B main, but watch it back, it's feels as if Patstech's kind of either way ahead of the play or a little behind it.
Misaligned. Fortunately enough, though, the rest of Liquid able to keep control there.
Find you.
Back in we go. AC themselves now getting a couple of these big ults. Love to see if they have something in mind with this. Is there a set piece? Stands heavy emphasis towards that start on B.
Almost set up on a deeper sightline this time around with the operator. Might actually be on the back of Martin to, yeah, clear through this space. So, reveal things, but Sadak giving one away outside B. Navet's completely shut down.
Yeah,
Nothing gained from the showstopper.
No, that felt a bit desperate almost, like he just wanted to make that individual play to maybe trade the kill, but go so well. They've got a foot in the door towards A and potentially a plant, but you look at the body still remaining. 5 still standing, Patstech full kit. Decent bit of kit on tracks too. This is going to be tough. You're going to need a massive over-delivery from someone, be it Pyro, be it Sugetsu, Martin, one of them. Mostly coming through from CT though. First, found. Martin puts away Camo, but the trade's there for Nats. And now it's just Sugetsu, and look at the HP, Mike. It's only 5. This is a really hard situation. Not going to live as Liquid prove validity in those retakes.
Pyro, you can see him toying with the idea of sending his ult in. I think actually Martin probably wanted to swing off that flash to the top of the rope, unfortunately. Paranoia comes through and prevents any progress to be made.
Guys, good retake. Let's play together. Nice. Good job, guys.
Yeah, fairly clean on the way back. Again, not entirely sure of what the objective was outside B. I don't necessarily mean the showstopper. It's giving away the early kill.
Maybe see them go back to that at some point. We might be able to get to see it again and see if it actually works out. Now though, very direct in approach, all towards his A site. Trek's still here, and Aves with a great shot. These are some starts and a half. Suddenly, KC fighting back. Not even blow for blow. There wasn't a reaction from Liquid. They just got caught.
Maybe don't play together because they're all found in quick succession here. Plant will come through. Camo and Nats immediately giving this one up. You can see straight away, though, Sugetsu is on the hunt. A long time for him to close the gap here, though. With no TP, he's got to potentially reveal his position here. Deal with some of Nats' utility. Might have just been in earshot to hear the TP as well, so... With how things sit, KC at least going to wait out another 15 seconds or so before considering a push, but I think maybe just wanted to hold on to all of these rifles. Nat's obviously pretty close to his ultimate, so even a trade onto Nats will give him an ult to open the next round. But yeah, Team Liquid, it's such a quick round. I said 3 committed peaks here. I mean, Aves finds the first 2 and
Don't answer. It was
a little delayed on the third, but
Looks like a timeout for Liquid. Camo's still going to be having that operator. That was one of the weapons saved through here. And as it currently sits, I do still want to see if there's something around Pyro here. There's something to be said as well, is getting good confident starters on the stage.
yeah, I think, and again, just to come back to an earlier discussion, I think coming into this roster, we were talking about this just coming on, it's Eng's never going to allow a player to step in here that's not down to get wacky and mix things up. And I mean, hell, when you've got Harbour in your agent pool across across this year, so I think that further reinforces some of the discussions around what's going to be Pyro's, not necessarily role, but kind of where does he land in this team in terms of the identity overall? Because there's been questions about that for KC before he's even stepped into this roster.
It's a really tough position too. Again, if you're looking for stability on big stages against very big opponents, to be versatile in that is really, really hard to do. So a very unique role thereafter. I can't think of many players who can really flex that wildly if he does fill all the roles that we've been imagining potentially him going into. Again, we have to wait and see how they see it end game. Obviously, this is a very early iteration of how he plays within the role. And back in we go. That was a Liquid timeout there. As they are held on to as it stands.
Well, it's going to be a sort of adjustment here. And still able to purchase around the saved weapons. That's very close contact here. I mean, we'll be able to slow things down for sure, but think about the reveal, and actually Sugetsu considering sticking that. No commitment on the side just yet, but Liquid have relinquished.
There's the counter ult and the pre-take on the retake almost. So KC going to be under pressure quickly here. Pyro has to try and back away. I mean, he's been blind for half of this round. There is still one man on the side. Aves gets called out and gets found in the end. So much util thrown his way.
And there's no sightline from main though for KC. Luckily finding these 2 responses. Issue being Kiko has progressed outside B. See the pings on the minimap here, they're aware of the possibility, but Sadak's in a position to be traded. 9 HP.
30 seconds left.
Selfless leader, but they've got to get the trade on this. The jump on the corner.
Spike down B.
I mean, Camo got a kill.
Man.
Yeah, Camo got a kill alongside that as well.
Thorns activated.
Overthinking it almost, but now Sugetsu, yeah, just been pinned down. Not sure on that one there, if I'm honest.
Yeah, again, looking at the timing for the TP to come through from Paxitech. Again, Aves, he's tucked into the corner. And obviously there's no audio here, but look back to main. Everybody backs up towards mountain. It's so deep that they can't even see Paxitech out.
Get out of here.
A really, really bizarre set of events. I don't know if I missed a flash there or something to force them off of main, but...
I know they were blind backing, but I don't know for how long, right? It was like Pyro was blind as he was going out of main, but even then, I don't think it was as long to get to mountain. Maybe it was. Yeah, for now we focus on the round in front of us, and it's a heavy stack coming through from Team Liquid. Opting to put heavier investment over towards Rubble this time. Tech there, committed on this. And then more of a standardized default with that glimpse again through towards B. Maybe we get to see what the end game was that just went terribly wrong before.
Well, yeah, I think this being different, it's Martin to kind of fake the presence here. Previously, Sadak was alongside Arvez, and again, this is kind of just pressure around the door, but we see a similar setup from Liquid, which is Nat's kind of semi-committed towards main with the support of Camo on the operator. Much deeper line. Again, we don't see the operator peeking onto Mound or that early C peek. It could bait them in, but
Prowler's not going to catch that. Patatech is going to hear a couple of these steps. He has his paranoia if he feels like it's the time. Smoke's still in place, so he doesn't have the support from Kiko just yet. PSCs, maybe a Haunt could help out. That's a couple more shots here. But he's playing a really close angle. No one committed, and now they can rotate ahead of this. I thought you'd clear deeper on Rubble for that.
yeah, the issue being there's,
30 seconds left.
like you said, the pressure isn't deep enough to really force the adjustment. Liquid now are feeling as if they've got an advantage in the information game.
This is going to have to be a hell of a sight here if they want to do it up against 4 players here. Trex disrespecting and playing close. Martin quickly deals with him, but time. 10 seconds, they've got to go towards the site. Martin's just got a foul 3 and a miss for Kiko. Uncharacteristic, but it just doesn't work out. The plant's now in play, and Patatech has to get out of there. There's nothing more to be done for him.
I said Liquid had the advantage in terms of the information game, but
That's wild.
KC walk into a 4 stack. Liquid are here a good 5 seconds ahead of the Exec and still gets swept. And Fun's going to be, I mean, other than Trex, fairly healthy for Liquid, but again, for KC to come out with 4 standing in that round is
almost unthinkable. I want to see it from Martin's perspective too, because I don't know how he got 3 in that. I thought he was maybe on for like 1, 2 max, but closing down on 3 was wild. And again, you look at Kiko, Showstopper not making it around that corner almost. Just a couple things misaligning here on the replay. Let's see if we can, you know, yeah, we do, okay. Yeah, clearing Trex close, nice follow-up. Oh, lovely. Bulldozing his way in, and there it was, just didn't get around that corner.
I think, is that getting 2, potentially 3
I'd
in
say
the corner?
2 minimum. 2 minimum, that'd been spike lost. That could have been a very, very different outcome. You can see it as well. Kiko knows the value that he'd had with that. Gutting for him, but we know how the cookie crumbles sometimes. The KC keeping a nice lead here. Go, played in. Prowler sent, Paranoia goes in. Good flash, great swing. KC playing in unison, but Patatech has got them one back. That was on the play, pushing out of B himself.
First real commitment. I mean, total switch up here with Nats towards A. Liquid prioritize this control towards Mound. Nats probably going to commit here, go for a 1-for-1. The back of his utility. Martin does get his ultimate off that orb, so actually Nat's not going to get a chance. Maybe to get off site, but he actually pops his ult here. Try and slow them down. Not how many people were caught there, but Patatech will shut down Martin.
He does. And that's kind of a brick wall on the site now. And Kiko! He walks the smoke like this. The spike did get dropped just for a second, but a 2v3 is doable, but a 3v1, pretty tough. And Trex, that little 1-2 step to get you can't land the shot. Liquid back in the building.
That's it. It almost looks like a panic ultimate, but like I said, it forces them deep enough. They don't want to commit towards losing their primary, so it is really Martin to try and find something with his ultimate.
Nice, Nikita. Good job, boys. Nice.
Not able to cheese that out in heaven. CKC now will call a timeout. Still 2 rounds to the good. And financially, I mean, Sadak all the way up to cap here.
I still need to keep reminding myself to keep my eyes on how Sadak's looking in that role as well on the Sentinel, because I'm not in the same school of thought as Mini, for example. I don't like having IGLs in that role personally. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to see what the proof's like in this one with Sadak. We'll see. Maybe I do like it. Sadak's comfortable in this role? Am I coming around? Am I convincing myself of this sentence by sentence? Maybe I am. Because I didn't like John QT on the switch up. Where do you stand on it, actually?
I don't think it has a massive impact. It's not... yeah, it's not, especially for an ITL like Sadak.
Sadak, right?
I don't necessarily think it's a concern. Certainly a switch up, but again, I don't think he's particularly micro-focused in terms of the way that he calls. So I don't think it necessarily frees him up or really inhibits him in any ways.
Yeah. The last time he played Cypher was that long ago.
That's mental, though.
That doesn't feel that long ago, but this feels like a repeat almost. But this time around, Liquid went out on that first pick. Last time, it felt like it was KC who came out in the better, but a very big pace change and a lot of focus towards this. Sadak claiming a lot of space here. The reaction, last time it was Patatek peeking through from B, but this time around Kiko. Looks like they want to keep working towards A. They were happy to try and pivot towards B last time, but Nats isn't really giving up this site.
Seen him commit a number of times in positions like this. Actually, Patatek on the bailout again, but KC find it is Sadak.
Oh, I thought he was there for that then. Really close until Kiko and Trex dove in there to make sure those trades fell on their side, but okay, 5 to 6. You can see the way this is kind of tilted slowly but surely into Liquid's hands, and I guess any other day of the week, you'd kind of say this is, I don't say the result you expect, but you do expect, bloody hell, Liquid to be the ones coming out on top here. Again, topping out their group. KC in response, 2-2. Obviously, Liquid with 4-0. You can see it under the names of the top once we get back in game. So it's not a wild surprise, but it's how much more of a punch is there to KC. So far, I mean, they are still looking competitive, but slowing down a touch, it feels, in these later rounds.
Well, Liquid, in certain situations, like I said, are looking to commit. Oh, speaking of commitment, Arbez straight into B. Patatek actually finds that kill.
Almost felt like it was bullying, very direct, just all for him.
Where is everyone hiding?
A little theft will pop, and they know they've got some space to work with.
And I want to see a bit more of this synergy in this post-plant, because we saw the Liquid were really good on their play back in earlier.
Cage triggered.
So maybe KC can work something out together.
Trex will get his ult if he finds it. There was Nats to find that. Sadak looking for...
He really committed.
Yeah, trying to spam repeatedly into that cage. And punished for it.
Yeah, I didn't love it to that extent. Could have taken their time. Kiko now. We'll start working back in here. No more horn to be had, and a very wide jump peak, but it doesn't matter. The numbers there for Liquid, and KC looking a little shaky in that post.
Liquid able to bring this back to a tie game here for halftime. Actually, impressively so. Like I said early on, it feels like they're losing out some of these key engagements, but really addressing that.
Now I want to see how they persevere here, KC. How did they look on that side switch coming up in just a moment's time?
We're trolling!
Let's not start trolling. Let's avoid the trolling, and we'll be back after the break. Well, a tied game at 6-6 here. Looking at what we can see going further forward. KC coming out, honestly, doing all right, competitive at the start. Got to see if they can continue that in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely, and the adjustments Liquid made, really putting Kiko towards the top of the board now. And I think what's been so impressive is really seeing him become flexible, right? Obviously, you can see here with the playtime on the different roles that he has picked up and still maintaining just a dominant performance individually and as part of the team. So, Kiko, worth his weight in gold this stage.
I mean, I think he's pretty much one of the best players flat out right now, across regions as well in my mind. I think he's really in his era. So we go in and we look at the Sheriffs coming out, 3 overall, 1 with Kiko, and then Martin and Aves on the other side. Even a couple of Frenzies coming back into play.
Only Sadak on this side of the map. You can see the progress made towards C here, so very early information playing into KC's hands. Liquid don't commit here. Might be behind the curve a little bit, yeah, straight through tree, so I think probably figuring out there's something going on elsewhere. Alex spamming again into a smoke, I don't like it.
Nah, this time at least he gets to live, but at the cost of others' life, and now Pyro's gone down. Liquid just flood the site perfectly. It looks almost too easy. Able to isolate these fights really, really comfortably. Plants now in play. You're looking at Sugeta and Martin, who are stuck by stairs. There's not much to be done here. The Sheriff, at least with Martin, but you've got a lot of players to try and break through. Tracks on the corner. There's the swing on it. Yeah, this is wrapped up with a bow. Liquid showing a little bit more of that validity of their role, that topping out of their group, picking up the pistol here flawlessly.
I think it's difficult as well because Sadak's kind of, I mean, it's a lose-lose situation for him. He either shows presence here, shows that he's the Cypher, and then Liquid is still going to figure out basically the same thing. I think what's important is Liquid is so quick on this decision-making to get through tree, apply that pressure towards site.
Now we wait.
Unfortunately, KC not able to get ahead of the site here. Not going to be any investment here from KC. That's still down on the Ghost, but well invested elsewhere. KC going through the motions now with an early rotate. We have a camp set up here, but I don't think it's going to spot an awful lot on the first peak. That Liquid committing regardless.
A lot of bodies though, Kiko's going to see all of those. It's who goes farming and hope we don't get overwhelmed. I actually kind of like the way they're utilizing Nax's util to divide them away, deny that flood back in. And the plant should be pretty much teed up here as Pyro not going to have much of a say in the outcome.
Spike planted.
So far, performance-wise, 4 to 8. Not lighting my world on fire, but hey, it's the first game on the stage here. That's not bad. A couple more of those, and I'm very much on board. And Liquid have said, no more fun. Stack up, 7 HP. He's trying to find another. It would be lovely. But for Liquid, perfectly fine.
Don't necessarily want to see them lose another weapon. I think Trex did bring a Phantom in. Yeah, Kiko's got it now. Snappy on the adjustment to find that. 21 HP, lucky to not take a further casualty. Only 1 weapon lost here. Camo really to get the lion's share of action in the first 2 rounds.
Oh, but he was there. You lied to me.
I'm a flashlight, not me. What can I do?
Yeah, snappy on the adjustment there, even with a little bit of misinformation from his teammates.
Come on, let's go.
2 regens here for KC.
Where are you?
Well, not actually. Alva's now going to tuck in. Good for the first paranoia, going to slow things down even further, but he's all the way in.
Yeah, all the way in. 3 kills for Aves. Confident setup. Panatech left in pieces, 5 HP.
I have the spike.
And they're coming back for more. They're circling. They can smell the blood in the water. Panatech hemorrhaging here. Lovely tempo set at the start.
I mean, the spacing here for the paranoia and how deep they're playing in spawn, you think there's no way he's going to continue swinging. Even with 2 more members from Liquid, completely unaffected here.
Down B.
And Camo looks as if he's in position to shut this down.
Not a bad start. Not a bad round 3.
Well, not a bonus this time, but another convincing round 3 from KC.
A couple more of those. No ults instantly ready. Trex is one off from his, but I'm almost certain they saw Martin. Yeah, they did. Kiko. You don't see misses from him very often like that.
The cursed position. It was Camo previously.
Yeah. Now Martin hits the back out button, but gives Liquid a little bit of room to rotate now towards that B site.
Pretty still with eyes trained towards and Liquid trying to bait out another peak somewhere. Both smokes available now, so options available to them and might just commit. Well, still, I mean...
Oh, he's walking it. I mean, that's a little bit ambitious. You're in a 4v5. I don't think you needed to go walk in smokes, but fancy to go. And it's left them now with only 3.
Beautiful setup here, the contact, but actually Natch shuts it down.
It all going a bit topsy-turvy,
Yeah.
It feels like, right? Is Sliggy cursing it somewhere or something?
I mean, the timing in some of these rounds is just all over the place.
It's wild.
Spike planted.
14 HP for Sugetsu. That's on 24. A really odd round. Util-wise, Trex is ult, but Nat's catching this cross, really. It'll take a long time if Sadak wants to go anywhere other than forward. TP bait. Just Trex to take a look, but their eyes were trained towards CT. And now the HP becomes a factor as Trex secures it. Liquid push up, but yeah, this is a very odd round.
Yeah, like I said, when it feels like it's going to be a commitment towards sight, Patstek walks a smoke. Oh, it's a Boaster replay. But yeah, even here, I mean, the setup's perfect, but Nat still finds that kill onto Martin.
Someone out there is cursing severely.
Nice!
I don't know how they're doing it.
Nice, Chiquitos.
Okay, 9-7. Lion's share round so far falling towards Liquid on this side. But somewhat expected. Obviously, they've got a lot of time to be playing in this 5 here. Obviously, for KC, it's rebuild, really. It's see how this new player blends, how well we suit this. Here comes the ult. Martin opting to play into it. Gets cleared out none the wiser, really. And now the pawn should be on the cards.
Be able to maintain 5 ahead of this as well. I think KC can pressure as that spike goes down. That's here to greet Sugetsu. Camo on the cleanup as well. An in-zone flawless here for Liquid. And hitting their stride. Now we talked about it in the first half. Taking firm control of some of these buy rounds.
I'd like to see, maybe a timeout. I don't want to see KC look without option or adaptation. I'd like to see how they want to handle this. I know it's still early in this new blend of players, but give me a glance. Let me see what it's meant to be down the line. Let's have a little bit of that faith renewed, because they've got a lot of ults to play with. Decent buy, yeah, regen shield, light shield here and there, but fit for purpose. And Liquid keeping it simplistic. No, my word, that flash. Man, you can't play here. You're lucky to get away with 1. Kiko clearing house. 3 for him.
Didn't see it.
It's fine.
We'll get the plant regardless. Sadak and Martin, the last 2 standing. It's an awkward decision to make, Lauren, in terms of holding onto these rifles and I guess playing towards damage or prevention of a 12th for Liquid in map 1.
I'm just so impressed with that early util wave that comes out from Liquid. That means that entire place that we kind of spanned through here, just, I mean, even a little bit further away, is unplayable. You can see where all the death markers are. Have a look at that.
I was going to say, it almost looks exactly the same as around the Liquid tried to commit towards 3 very deep positions, but I think it was Arvez completely dry the first time around. This on the back of a beautiful flash. That's Kiko to pave the way for Liquid to find 11. Awkward spot to be in. I mean, Sugetsu and Pyro down at 5. Yeah, look, again, there's some timing in this flash. Kiko's already really far forward. then the flash takes effect.
Also, just look at the supports. Nice one. Plays nice one.
Have the spike.
I don't know, I'm baiting.
I do not know.
But genuinely, yeah, as much as we obviously complimenting the flash there was still the util behind it, Trex's fade util coming in as well. There was layers to this, doing really, really impressive stuff. Liquid are a really good team. They're kind of up there at the moment. It's a tough one to have your debut against if you're Pyro. There is no easy games here, it feels like, but this one certainly isn't that. I guess welcome to the bigger games, bigger stages. And for KC, time for a timeout. You've been trying to run into this, but it feels lacking in areas.
It would be really easy to sit here and criticize Pyro, but I think you've got to readdress the objectives of today in general, and even though again, this is all speculation on how you should approach it, but it's a similar discussion we had for Pipson and the roster changes with the last 2 weeks that they had, obviously, of Stage 1. So even just integrating him here, a free week to get, stage nerves out of the way and some of this live game experience that's completely, it's invaluable.
Well, because I know a lot of people these days at home will kind of push that aside or not really credit. Oh, it's not, it's not even a big arena or anything. It's but there's you've got to hit the ground running so quickly in these games. If you have 2-3 bad games, let's say you have an off game, just not
it kills your year. It kills your season. It kills your year. Yeah.
And it kills your confidence as well. Half of these players, I told you, they're scrim demons. The rumors about some of them, but still, hold on. We come back to that because Speed of Pyro does get the ball rolling. Gonna find Padatek. KC quelled on their early aggression here. I say that. I was waiting to see if they were going to go for a second, but hopefully they calm the roll now.
Marked one.
Only going to confirm presence of one member of Liquid. So you'd like to see Sadak back on C site unless they just completely give this up, but they're basically retaking 2 sites here. Camo's going to clear all the way through. And actually the timing of the trip being dealt with on B can cause issues for KC as well.
This is B pinch. And the spike's going back away. This is all. Even I'm finding it hard to pin this down. Nats dropped. Looking like a Yoru clone. They were pulled off of
That's
A.
bizarre to see the amount of space they got. Sadak's going to find a crucial kill onto Camo.
They look confused. Honestly, Liquid, I think, have no idea where the hell KC are, because I don't know where they are.
30 seconds left.
Victims of their own success really with how much space they've cleared. Plant will come through. It's Kiko and Trex. Well, low HP Trex. A 2v4 here.
Trex. We still got up as... Hold on, Kiko's alive. Whoa. Hold on. This guy's... No. 3 more bullets. Gets the reload. He's one away from the paint shell going back in. Turns the flash. Deals with the horn. Tap on the spike. Try to draw him in. The high-low. Hard to clear, but Mike, the way some of these kills came down, right? Talk me through that. I'm not going to do that to you. Talk me through the round, but we had that early presence on A, then kind of pulling the attention to the other side, and then midway through these rotations, they push spawn.
I could understand that, right, Pyro's catches one person, let's play off that misinformation, right, or the lack of information there, but actually Liquid's double commit elsewhere on the map. Like I said, that KC were in a position to play retake on 2 out of the 3 sites there. And then Liquid kind of played in and gave away 2 freebies.
Really weird.
The Nats is trying to get back behind the A rotation. That was the most bizarre one.
Yeah, maybe honestly just a complete misread on something, but an early fight and a lovely reveal here. That's very nice. Love to see that. Paranoia, though. Padatek has something to say about this matter, and, well, he's been shut up. Martin swiftly handles him. Trex then tries to pile in, and it's all now just a death match over towards C.
It's actually heavily tagged up off that engagement. Flash will come through. Nats will...
ready.
Once you get to here, Pyro now got to respect the reinforcements arriving for Liquid.
That's info. Now, we can see where the spike is. It's still pretty deep by spawn, so it'll take a second or 2 to ferry that over. They're backing away.
So you can see the knock-on effect now of the previous round is Sadak.
That's trying to get him on spawn again.
I haven't said that, though.
Is in their spawn.
Yeah, I haven't said that. Trex has made decent progress here. Now, if he just tucks in, this could be disastrous for KC.
30
Turned
seconds
the
left.
cam check there as well, surely. Sadak.
There you go.
I found them. And there's still a decent amount of util on the site, so actually it kind of gives you an idea. Almost caught off here. Camo trying to turn the screws on this one, get in their faces. Whole lot of bodies seen and not many dropped. Nats tries to double down because they needed a pick back, but 2v3 isn't impossible.
Yeah, it's a big gamble. Will it pay off for Liquid?
It doesn't look like it. Trex being bullied away from the angle. Still has a plant to play from, but a lot of players surely able to trade this one through. They are, but didn't even need it really. Alves there lands it. And KC showing some real fight to them. I like that early start though, the reveal over the top, the TP up, beautifully done.
Liquid still desperately trying to work the entire map. But KC getting a little proactive here, and again, yeah, I thought I noticed Sugetsu getting revealed here ahead of. Just because the flash is taking effect, they don't realize. Sugetsu gets away with murder inside that smoke.
He's back to back now.
Nice! Let's go, boys, let's go!
Here.
Nothing in terms of
no big ults
to work off here, but I mean, both TPs available. Maybe a chance to see Kiko. Alves has got forward again.
The Prowler, oh man, there's just too much. Too much to handle. This position feels cursed. Liquid once again clearing that out with comfort. Kiko once again just bulldozering in. The guy is a monster to watch. It's wild when I enjoy watching it from the death perspective because it's so damn quick. The way he's just clearing that out. I mean, it felt like a throw at the wall almost there from KC.
I mean, this is another example of Liquid just able to completely sweep KC away from rubble. Again, they're a completely different approach as well. This is, like I said, Alves. I mean, it's a bold push up. This is the first domino to fall here. In case you weren't keeping track.
Someone is.
Second Razor Vine bounce. Oh, it's staying there.
It's our new crosshair. We'll get you the code afterwards, don't worry. As it stands, though, Liquid down to 4. Our team getting out of there, but Pyro gets revealed, and oh dear, he should be dead. Caught in no man's land. Really punished on that positioning. Back down to an even affair here. Good information. Alves, can you work from it? Yeah, you can. That's a good first start. Needed more, didn't get more. Sugetsu does. And Sadak now in position. All right.
Descending into madness.
Yeah, welcome to chaos, I guess.
Happy to just commit towards these brawls. This time coming much, much deeper on the site. Yeah, Pyro's, I mean, stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Maybe a chance to tuck outside tree, but caught in transition. Sight hold. Looking much better for KC. We have Trex's ultimate available now. 2 away for Nats and Kiko. Not necessarily playmakers on the cards for KC just yet. Still happy to test the waters outside A here, but Seeing gets the hell out of dodge.
Why did I feel he was going to hit that shot? The player jumping away then. Great to watch this player, but they have forged a path in towards the B site now. Bond's going to come in. We do have that, as you highlighted, ultimate on Trex there that could be utilized now. Paranoia got posted. Time to try and flood back. Kiko left on an island, but he always looks calm under it. Overwhelmed this time. KC, great pickups here. Punishing. Good reveal, but still, look at the HP. Martin down a little lower, as is Sugetsu. Nats and Trex to work it out. Dealt with on one side, Nats still alive. Ult goes in. He wants this.
It's caught.
Seized up though, Pyro. Big pick there from him in the end. Popping that seize right through the gap and catching the target.
They see get themselves up to 11. The investment actually comes in from Liquid. Again, Kiko's just so desperate to continue pushing forward. He's actually out of sight line. Nobody can deal with the Prowler, so the near side takes effect. Again, he's really the one that can play off of Trex's ultimate because it's up close and personal.
What is a buy into this one? If Liquid want to close out in regulation, it would be a shaky purchase.
Certainly not how you'd like to approach with how the second half has felt for Liquid at least.
That is Liquid's map choice.
Yeah.
It's all just honeymoon period. Is that all this game is?
I hate that expression so much.
Flow state. Play our game.
Let's play our own game. We just hit our shots. Really tap into the honeymoon period in week 5 versus week 4.
We set you off there, didn't I? We need like a Mike's grouchy corner of the phrases he hates. Or
no, because I just have to mute every coach interview where they just they don't want to say anything.
No, exactly.
They just say nothing, but it's
the classic look.
2 minutes of
here to play our own game, guys. Yeah, we good results in scrims. Feeling
look great in
confident.
scrims, and you know if we can just stick to
if we can just do what we're doing in scrims.
Champs is ours.
The worst thing is though that people repeat it like it's true. I'm like, no, guys, I swear there's more. For now though, we look at the broken purchase that Liquid are coming in with. They fashioned the best they can, but it's certainly lacking. Look at the ults for KC.
Yeah, I mean, Ice towards Kiko, if he can get the showstopper of this first engagement, a chance to snowball potentially. Aztec trying to draw attention here. Avaz's got a showstopper of his own. Does he post it?
Ooh! Straight through the smoke and gets camo.
I mean, Martin found a kill as well.
Yeah.
From bad to worse for Liquid now find themselves lesser inventory in a 3v5. Make that 2.
Nats, I don't know if he was kind of more mini-mapping, looking at kind of making that call for the rotation, but drifting back over after you just shot from B main after triggering the door was ambitious at the best of times. So what's the plan? Got a 2v5. Now, if Kiko wasn't alive, I might be a little less, you know, focused.
Keep your eyes on that ult charge.
There we go.
There's gone.
Pop flash, bye-bye. 12-12, Michael. Bit of OT.
Yeah, somehow. It feels like Liquid were in total control of this early on. I mean, similar to what we saw in the first half, really. It's polarizing on both sides of the coin. Martin and Kiko about all squared up here at the top of the board for their respective teams. But yeah, Liquid, it feels like, and again, that kill there, the most crucial time for your IGL in that situation is the first 5 to 10 seconds after 1 or 2 people die, and Nats is still kind of drifting, trying to get something done. And then it's like, well, okay, yeah, there's 2 of you now, like, throw someone out, see what sticks, sort of thing. But there was a number of rounds where Liquid are almost just kind of like overthinking, and sure, it's easy to sit here and look at the minimap, but overthinking but not taking the time to consider the choices they've got. We have obviously roles reversed now, or KC back on the attack. Liquid very quickly clearing behind that presence shown early on. Set Kiko and Patitek in motion.
Pivot through the door here, actually, right read. A lot of the players from Liquid more focused towards it being a full A commit, but we'll be posturing into this retake pretty early on. Plant now in. How does KC try to deal with it? We've seen kind of the good and the bad.
Yeah.
I'm worried if we see the ugly now, but let's find out. Still a lot of util with Liquid to play into this. So Getsu still got his kit as well, though. That's quite nice to have.
Paranoia could be huge as well. Gonna hit the TP up close here once the door opens. Faked out though.
Whoa!
Trex.
Yeah, that was stunning from Trex over to... Camo wants it! Camo! He's just done the same! How are they getting 2 in these positions, Sadak? Outgunned, outnumbered, and out of options.
All 5 standing after the retake here. Absolutely clinical from Team Liquid. think KC desperate to put something in motion, take away some space, maybe find an advantageous trade, unlock part of the map here.
Wow,
It's
wow,
never free to sit back
flawless.
in B site and just basically rely on Liquid, you know, kind of drifting into your crosshair. But like you noted as well, that the early round is so quiet that Liquid have all the tools.
Where are you?
Gonna give us another round here, another go of OT perhaps, or let's be all she wrote here. Let's see. Liquid's attack, of course, now. The 1-3-1. A lot of faith put into the arms of Martin. No early presence, but we can see what's coming his way.
The TP anticipation probably of Liquid's presence. That's still trying to show towards a jump peak or something outside C, but not going to be any confirmation. Speaking of, Martin will spot somebody, and I think based on not seeing a jump peak, yeah, Nats is recalling the troops back here. TP taken as well.
It feels like a pretty decent read, though, towards it being either B or C still. They weren't overly rotating towards A on the defending side, but Liquid now funneling in. This is a lot for Sadak, and he wants to stay at least towards that back pillar on site. So, yeah, opting to back away.
I think
now.
he wanted to kill ahead of that,
Yeah.
but he's just not given an opportunity. Now actually eating a little bit of spam inside the smoke.
They're buttoning this one up. No flank on the way either. It's all through either CT or Waterfall.
Full 5v5 once more.
Good luck, observers. Let's see how you do. That's 50%. Oh, it's dipping down. Trex, though, is keeping that performance high. He's been doing well in OT. Oh, he's doing very well in OT. 3 in this round alone. Make it 4. Does he get that ace? Does he get him out of it? He absolutely does. Team Liquid, you can get close, but you ain't going to get the win, KC. Map 1 falls for Team Liquid.